Hey guys, today I got a package in from RWB Custom Picks, that is yarn from Britain. So obviously shown here is a Disc Detainer Pick, and that is because, where is my, yeah, and that is because, sorry, this might be a bit loud, and this one. That is because on the inside there is a disc detainer picking tool. You may be familiar with the pick from Sparrows that lockpicking lawyer made. You may be familiar with the silver bullet, which is sold, I believe, by Huxley Pig. You might be aware of the resin bullet sold by Hazardous Manufacturing, or not sure, Nosu on LPU. This is a sort of middle ground between them all. Right here you'll see, much like the Sparrows pick, the Sparrows Disc Detainer Pick that was developed by Lockpicking Lawyer, there is a front tensioner and there is a picking tip. It's a 2-in-1 design. You'll see that there are 14 discs laid out here, and you'll see that there is a sort of angling where if you have it set up to parallel, it is maybe roughly against it, or in this case maybe, this looks more or less in line, and that is about at a 90-degree offset, which is because a disc detainer lock, which this is a Chinese one, Baoling, will have discs that rotate, and when you tension this first disc in the case of front tensioner, or the rear disc in the case of rear tensioner, will be turned 90 degrees like this when tensioning. Obviously once everything is set, it will go 180 degrees. But yeah, this first one will be set 90 degrees like this by the tensioner. Depending on your lock, it will have a max cut. In this case, it does not actually. And in almost all of these, in all of these, I will eventually have to find something to tension off, and or maybe not even find something to tension off. I might have to tension off the back of the pack with a rear tension before this will open. But the Sparrows pick, I believe, is $50 American. Let me find out. I probably should have prepared this beforehand. Sparrows Disc Detainer Pick. The Sparrows Disc Detainer Pick from the American site says that it's $45. So 45 USD would get you in less premium materials. This is stainless steel. You can hear as the parts go together, there is a definite heft to this. And not only that, you can also get an extra wheel for tension either at the front or at the back if you need it for more area for your fingers to go around. This is nice because a lot of the time your fingers will get tired tensioning because you have to put constant pressure on, and it's a rather small surface area. It's quite similar to the issue that a lot of people have with multi-pick flags, where they have too small a surface area and hands fatigue quite easily. Other than that, there are 3 extra sets of tips, and of course, if you go about, you can find more injector pins in the same style, which you'll be able to make your own. The first that I want to show is for Enkalas disc detainer locks from Sweden. They're quite similar to normal ones, but they have a little notch cut off in the top right corner that you might be able to see. there. And that's squared off, and that just provides protection against generalist tools. But of course, you know, just cut a notch out and then you've got a tool for it. Second is this, and I think that this is really, really good. You'll see that the tensioner, or the thicker one, most often the thicker part is the tensioner in Disc Detainer, is at the back, and that is called rear tension. Obviously, you tension from the rear. Compare that to the thicker part being at the front here, and that's front tension. So rear tension is important for this because this the lock type that this tensions for is unable to be generally tensioned from the front unless you want to have a headache and you and you're into that sort of thing. But this is for what I assume to be an Abloy Sentry, which is a very high security lock from Abloy, and it's very, very specialist tools. Other than that, we have a shorter front tensioner, which you can swap out by pulling off the injector pin. And if you wanted to put a shorter one, this one is longer because a majority of locks will have an inset keyway. So you'll see here, this has to go very deep to be able to do that, and against the head of a tool like this, let's say it just went in like this, you'll see that if it was too short, it wouldn't actually go in. It has to be this long to be able to go in into tension, to provide tension on this lock. And I'll just remove this from that lock. So it's very nice to put a shorter tension in here. And if you want to create your own pick tip, or if you want to create another rear tensioner, he provides that option as well, with a little injector pin here that you can shape yourself. It fits perfectly to the profile of this. This all comes in a price format of, I think, 95 British pounds. So that is the same Sparrow's pick in more premium materials and, with nicer construction and, just a generally nicer tool. It comes with another tension head, or in this case, a tension body, as well as support for additional homemade tooling. Let me get this down here correctly. Additional homemade tooling. If you want to get injector pins for this, you can. It comes with an anchor-less or anchor-less tip and tensioner, and it comes with an Abloy tensioner and pick, which for Abloy Sentry, which is the big thing. As I said, Abloy stuff you have to make yourself. I've made an Abloy Classic pick, and the Abloy Classic's the only Disc Detainer lock I've ever picked. That was a pain, quite frankly. Yes, you can do it in a day, but for me, who is not exactly handsy and didn't really know what he was doing, it was a pretty big pain. So it's really, really good that you can get such high quality tooling at such a reasonable price from Jan on Instagram or wherever you can find him. It really is nice. One last thing that I forgot to mention is that all these tools are held in by hex screws. You can loosen or tighten them as you want. So for example, this picking tip is held in up here with these hex screws on both sides. Again, you're able to go deeper if you want to use some of these. And the tensioner is held in up here on this inner piece. Other than that, I can't wait to start using this. I can't wait to start picking with this. Disc Detainer has always kind of been something that I've wanted to try, but I've never had the tooling for it because either I am too lazy, or I think to myself, well, there's no reason for me to buy the Sparrow's pick when I know that this is available, and very, very nice. So I waited and I waited, and then he came out with his batch, and then I bought it. And yeah, I'm excited to use them. I hope that I'll be able to record some videos using it, where I won't just be opening this little Chinese piece of crap. Hopefully I'll be opening some real locks. But other than that, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. See you around.